finale. Given greater significance tonight as the American Red Cross reached the $28,000 benefit of Madison Square Garden's capacity crowd, and a killer-diller game it is. Wyoming scores. Seconds later, St. John's Redmond retaliated as Boykoff cages a field goal. What hangs on this ball game amounts to a national basketball crown. Both teams the kingpins of their respective loops. Final count 52-47, and Wyoming's Cowboys are the undisputed kings of the court.
Free throw lane and only 5 seconds to play. The Wildcats leading 46-36. This will probably be the last shot of the ball game, and line misses it, comes off there, rebounded by Shelton. He flips over on the far side. 1 second to play as Yates shoots and drops the ball on the floor. The game ends. The Wildcats are the defending champions. Rod Jones runs up and takes the ball away from Pilgrim. He wants that ball for his own. He grabs it, and boy, do they deserve it. The Wildcats have made a tremendous demonstration.
Wizards of the Southeastern Conference live up to their advance notices. Leave no doubt in the minds of the 16,000 fans here in Minneapolis of their superiority. They beat Kansas State by a score of 68-58 to win another national title.
But with the game on the line, legend Bobby "Slick" Leonard sank the biggest foul shot in IU basketball history with 27 seconds left on the clock to give IU the 69-68 victory. The 1953 Indiana Hoosiers, truly a team for the ages.
seconds to go. Jayhawk backs to the wall. Chamberlain's their last hope, but Quigg blocks the pass to the stilt, and Carolina takes over as the game ends. The Tar Heels win the most exciting final in NCAA tournament history, 54-53. North Carolina's unbeaten champs rack up 32 straight.
Another check us, yes. Frizzell laying in his first field goal of the second half. Kentucky is on top now, 82-72. Here it is to Don Mills, whips it over. Vernon Hatton jumps, lays it in. And for Vernon Hatton, that's his 8th field goal. There are only 5 seconds to go. Kentucky has a 12-point lead. Elgin Baylor takes the last shot of the ball game. No good. And the national champion Kentucky Wildcats. Don Mills being mobbed by Kentucky partisans. Vernon Hatton. Everybody pours out on the floor from the Kentucky bench. There are flash bulbs going off that almost...
That does it. West Virginia still battles hotly down to the final gun, and Willie Akers cuts the lead to 1 point again. But it's too late for any more. California's underrated Bears, least considered of the 4 final contenders, win 71-70. First title for the West Coast in 7.
The Buckeyes are genuine sharpshooters. A long hook by Joe Roberts. Cal coach Newell, with supposedly the greatest defensive squad in the school's history, sees Ohio State record a fantastic shooting average of better than 67%, enough for a 75-55 runaway victory.
Paul Hogue is dropping back in the center on defense. Ohio State's Siegfried will jump with Tony Yates. Now they toss it up. It goes to Cincinnati. Thacker shoots. He hits at the buzzer. Thacker hits again. 70-65. Now Cincinnati still shooting. They steal the ball again. It's all over. And there's the greatest celebration you've ever seen on the floor right here. Cincinnati wins it in overtime. 70-65. And the public address announcer...
All-America Jerry Lucas is held to 11 points, so Ohio State cheers are few, while Cincinnati continues to roll up the score. Ohio State is stopped cold. Cincinnati wins 71-59, making it 2 years in a row over the Buckeyes.
The shot misses, but Rouse tips it in, and it's all over. The Ramblers take the NCAA championship in the last few seconds of one of the fastest Action Jam finals in the sport's history.
Let's see what they do. If they can do anything to get them to the man, shoot from the outside. No good. Well, they tried. Final score here. UCLA winning 30 in a row. 98.
Team just can't catch the Bruins. The last minutes are a romp for the Californians as they skin the Wolverines 91-80. The crowd had a thriller going for them all the way, and for someone there's a souvenir, a memento of a wild and woolly finish to the basketball.
Kentucky has 5 more field goals than Texas Western. Thatcher lays in his 7th, and now Kentucky has 6 more field goals. But still trailing 72-65, and the ball game is over. Louis Thatcher sits down right in the middle of the floor. Pat Riley stands dejectedly looking at the floor as Kentucky has lost the championship.
Jump shot that's no good. Put up on the rebound, no good. Lost out of bounds by Dayton. UCLA's got the ball 3-2-1. The shot from outside, no good. There's the horn. The game is over, and UCLA, the NCAA champions for 1967, a team that went through 30 games without a loss and defeated Dayton here in the finals tonight, 79-64. So UCLA, the team they said would win, it did, and form certainly held up as the UCLans were master of the situation.
Over to Allen, who feeds Alcindor. Alcindor lowers the boom, and UCLA romps over North Carolina 78-55.
The final score, UCLA 92 and Purdue.
Field and in for a driving layup, John Ecker. Eckerd, 80 to 69, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. There's a cast up there that does not go. 2 seconds. Out it comes. Another throw up. And it will not go. End of the ball game. UCLA has done it again. For John Wooden, his 6th.
Doesn't matter. Debbie makes the free throw. It's a 1-and-1 now, and he'll get the second. 67-62. Tom Inglesby comes out. 67. Debbie pumps it in. 68. Getting the bonus. 3 seconds. They make it one more shot. Long cast by Ford. Well short. Taken by Wicks. It's all over. The final score is UCLA 68, Villanova 62.
But it's too little, too late, and the game ends with a score of 81 to 76. UCLA has won its 6th consecutive NCAA basketball championship. And pandemonium reigns as delirious UCLA players are congratulated by their Florida State rivals as well as their fans.
This hit is good by Tommy Curtis. And history again. UCLA has won another national championship. Their 7th in a row. 9 out of the last 10 for Johnny Wooden, the Wizard of Westwood. Gene Bartow very graciously congratulates him. 42-year-old coach.
Hard out, but with an increasingly obvious sense of desperation. The triumphant crowd sensed the victory and counted the clock down for the champion. A sweet 76-64 conquest and undisputed position as number 1.
UCLA has won the national title. They're ahead 92-85. Up on the rebound, Marcus Johnson getting across. 3, 2, 1. Ball over. UCLA. Down to Wayne Radford. 1 second. The basket is good. And Indiana is the national champion. Going away. They trail by 6 points at the half. They came through with a tremendous second half and defeat Michigan. Even worse. That turnover. Butch Lee's our most valuable player in the tone. Here comes Waller Davis. What a hustler this Davis is. 2, 1. There's the gun. The basket counts. And Marquette has won the national championship. That was Dean Smith who came down. McGuire choked up. What a speech. This is, people say, how do you stay in sports this long, Kurt? I'll tell you, this is why.
Good pass. And he needs 2 on 1. Oh, they didn't call it. A power dunk. And that's going to be it. The University of Kentucky are the basketball champions.
It's all over. Michigan State University, national champions, 1979. They chant that cry on every campus in every sport. Everyone wants to be number 1.
And now has a chance to add another salute.
College basketball, just out of sight. I'm real pleased to be part of it. I enjoyed working with you again, Dick, and Billy, you got a little better this year. I'll be glad to get away from you for 7 months.
There's the most valuable player, Darrell Griffith, $5,000 to the University of Louisville in his name from Gillette Track 2. It's all over. Louisville, national champions, 1980. 50 points, a cosmetic score, 63 to 50. Isaiah Thomas, when it comes down, Indiana will be champion.
call it a two-shot intentional, evidently.
No one moved anyway.
Right.
That's what it
they
was.
They called it a two-shot intentional. We never did get that signal.
Now there's where they could have used the timeout. And Georgetown,
almost stolen by Drexler. Boy, is he good at that.
They've got to drive to the basket. It's down to 7 seconds.
You can see the time. Wittenberg. Oh, that's a long ways.
They won it! On the dunk!
Georgetown. That's the ball game. The national champions.
That's it. Villanova has done it. Championship. Louisville will win it. The Cardinals have won the national championship. Denny Crum does it again. 4 times in the last 7 years to the Final Four. And he beat an NCAA championship game. Knight unbeaten in 2 of them.
Surprisingly, Bobby Knight does not put Garrett on the passer. I thought he'd put Garrett on Coleman to prevent the long pass. But he puts nobody on Coleman. Here it goes.
Indiana.
Larry Brown can't believe it.
The Kansas Jayhawks have beaten all odds. They have lost more games than any champion in the history of the NCAA. And Bedlam reigns here in Kansas City as the Jayhawks beat the Sooners 83-79.
Mills against Ramos. He knows that P.J. Carlissimo cannot change. He's out of timeouts. So Fisher comes up with a big move after that timeout. They're going to have to get the ball over Mills, who will try to harass the big man on the throw-in.
Really like that strategy, Brent. Steve Fisher doing all the right things in this particular ball game. Mills makes it tough to throw the line drive pass.
Starts when touch. Long pass. Walker and Green battle. Walker fires up. It's over. Michigan has won a national championship. And for the 3rd time in the last 8 games, it has been decided by 1 point. The Wolverines win an NCAA.
Yeah, the 49ers.
Well, yeah,
against the Broncos. That was a clinic down in New Orleans.
Yep.
Lost it, and coming back is her. But this night belongs to Rossbaker.
Sees Davis. Woodbury intercepts. Final seconds. Jordan will put up the jumper. It doesn't matter. Duke has won its first national championship.
The game is over. The Duke of Destiny has won it. For the first time in 2 decades, college basketball has a repeat champion.
Dean Smith, 8 seconds away from a 2nd national championship. The Fab Five comes up short again. There you have it. North Carolina is the 1993 national champion.
Clark. Too much time. Too much time.
Great defense, Arkansas, and they take it away. McDaniel will end it in style. Arkansas is in hog heaven. They've won the first ever national championship. This is what team play is all about.
There was a wizard in the stands and some magic on the floor. Jim Herrick and UCLA can hang a banner in Westwood. Sims to Walker, ahead to Shepard. There you have it. Kentucky is the king of college basketball. 2.3 seconds remaining, and they're up 9. How sweet it is. Who else but Simon? No foul! No foul! They're not going to foul him. It's only right. The ball's in his hands. A milestone victory for Arizona.
Simon says championship.
Pulled off by Kentucky tonight, breaking the Loyola record. They were down 10 at halftime. That's the all-time mark. The comeback Cats cannot be denied. Kentucky wins the championship.
You'll need a 3 to tie. Trajan Langdon's going to take it to length of the floor and try to get it off. He doesn't have a lot of time here.
Pressure from Jones. Langdon trips, and UConn has done it. El Amin comes over and says, "We shocked the world." Folks, you gotta believe, because just when people say you can't, you can, and you. We'll never let go of the dream. And you can leave it to Cleves.
He's running out onto the floor.
He has reinstated the magic. Stretch in this second half. Showing off to his father in the stands. The biggest comeback in a Final Four game, back from 22 down to beat Maryland. And tonight, they knock out Arizona. That's it. Duke has the championship. And Coach K is the proud father of 3 in more ways than one.
This is his toughest team. Maybe not the most.
Indiana.
And Gary is laughing at Juan, saying, hey, let's not just give it away. Go ahead and try to score. There's Wilcox. Gary Williams finally now saying we've won this ball game.
Count the basket by Perry. Maryland will get to end the game with the ball in their hands. Give it to Dixon. He deserves it. It's his shining moment. And for all the Terrapins as well, a first ever national championship.
The 2 seniors, part of more wins in 4 years than any time in Maryland's history, just jump on each other.
Heinrich.
Well, obviously, you know it's got to be a 3. No sense going for 2. And if you're Syracuse, you go ahead and don't worry about anybody underneath the basket. Let it go there. But Heinrich and Lee are the 2 guys.
Heinrich starts inside, goes outside. Heinrich gets it. Heinrich puts up the shot. It's too long, and Syracuse is your national champion.
Has New Orleans given us Final Fours or not? Basically, with all of theirs, the Atlantic Coast Conference, that was the #1 rated conference in the country this year, going to be very, very strong, as will the Big East.
Over again, Wild this time into Holthofer to Lee, and that's going to do it. The game is over. UConn's the national champion for 2004. To remember this group bringing him his first. They let Darren Williams drive, kick out. 5 seconds. Illinois has to get off the shot. Rebound Carolina with 1 second, and that is it. There is a new dean in college basketball. North Carolina takes the title.
And Jim, guys now 3 of the last 4 years from their alma maters have won the national championship. Gary Williams, Boeheim, and now Roy Williams.
6 turnovers by the Gators. What a performance. The Gators, as good as it gets. Florida's the national champion.
Shot by Conley. Making some threes now, but much too little too late. And Thad Matta does not want to foul. This game is over. They have done it.
They're going to let him go. Florida takes its place in history. Back to back and unforgettable.
Some year for the Gators, huh, Jim?
Dream become a reality. Rose with the 3. No. Rebound, Arthur. Kansas can taste it. They come back from 9 down in regulation. A Kansas comeback for the history books. Rock Chalk Championship. Kansas takes the title.
On the anniversary of Danny and the Mirror.
They were the best in college basketball. Right at the beginning.
Yep. No doubt about it.
The performance from the start that could not have been any finer. North Carolina is the 2009 national champion.
Has no timeouts.
So they would hope that Zubek makes this.
Not going to try. It's Hayward pulling it down. Getting around Zubek. At midcourt, launches the shot. Oh, it almost went in! Almost went in, and Duke is the king of the dance, 2010. Miles from their campus, but instead, the Huskies shut them down in the second half here in Houston. And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011. Into the arms of Davis, and the superior team all season long was the superior team tonight. And the Kentucky coronation is complete. Champions 2012.
All he can do is add to what the lead is right now, and it's not going to happen. And the Louisville Cardinals are the 75th NCAA college basketball champions. And Rick Pitino, with the Fireworks in Kentucky, has won his second national title. First in Kentucky, and now at Louisville. The first.
And that one's off. Tapped under the hands of Boatwright with 5 seconds. And this most improbable tournament run comes to an end with a UConn championship. The Huskies once again are in basketball heaven. Big trouble. I'll score quickly here. Badgers. Koenig looking for help. Decker. They're going to run him up to 3 if they can. Bounces out to Koenig with 3 seconds. He's going to run out of time. And the Blue Devils are the national champions of 2015. Well, 4.7 seconds. Villanova trying to go length of the court with Archie Diacono. 3 seconds at midcourt. Jenkins gives it to Jenkins for the championship. The national champions with Jenkins hitting the winner at the buzzer. Jim, they're going to check it. I thought it was good live, but how about those onions? A counter. Double order, sauteed, if it's good.
What a quick turnaround. So many early empty trips, never got their legs, their confidence.
Matthews off the mark, and this year the confetti is going to fall for North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time. Basketball in the same year, in the same city.
Wow. What do you do with your spare time?
And look who's going to have the ball in his hands at the end.
Appropriately.
What a great team we witnessed in this tournament, and tonight the Nova Nation has another national championship. Now 11 of 11 in overtime. Final seconds playing out. End of a fabulous tournament. Rebound into the hands of Hunter. And Virginia with the all-time turnaround title.
All right.
Yeah.
Doing the right thing.
This will do it. This will do it. Scott Drew's dream comes true. Coach Drew and Baylor complete college basketball's greatest rebound and rebuild with a championship.
Create something to get a three.
And Brown on Manick, and here we go. Manick circling around, he slipped underneath. They go to Love. Love's going to be the one to take it. Puts up the shot. It's off. The game is over, and Kansas completes the biggest championship comeback all time. Coach's son.
How about that? Is that appropriate?
Don't you know, just someday he'll be a coach of his own program.
Oh, yeah.
This is becoming a family dynasty, if you will.
And Dutch, what a year he's had too.
Purdy and the Huskies have their dreams come true.
Andrea Hurley. The rest of the Hurley family. What an amazing run. It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions. Number one lives up to the billing. National championship is in the balance. 13 seconds left. Florida leads it by 2.
Uzan gonna go.
Uzan, give it up. Cryer, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, Sharp.
He walked, he can't touch it.
He can't, 1 second, and it's over. Florida is back on top of the college basketball world. Championship madness. It's a great day to be a Gator. They win the national title. Houston did not get a